Welcome back. In the previous session, we have seen designing a graphical user interface and we had applied a few validation rules for the text box. And we have applied rules for alphabets, numbers, length for the text field, and we have validated the text box for the email field by using perform regular expression match function. Now suppose I want to design an application having radio button like select contact option and two options are there. Radio button is given. When I will click on OK button, I should if I select any option like email and if I click on OK button, it should show me a message like you will get an email. If I click on phone button and click on OK button, I should get a message like you will get a call. So it means as a programmer, I have to check which radio button is selected at runtime by the user. So that application or that PHP script we have to write. So before that, we will design this simple HTML form in the notepad. HTML form action is equal to f2.php method is equal to post. We have to give a message select contact option, and here we have to design a radio button. So input type is equal to radio, name is equal to suppose con, name is equal to con, and value is equal to, here I am giving suppose e for email option and break tag. Same I have to repeat for another radio button. Only thing is that value will be changed, and here I have to give phone option. Suppose value is b, and here I want a button with caption as OK and clear. Let's see how our forms is looking like. Select contact option, email, phone, OK. Give BR tag for visibility. Okay. Now we have to change the code of f2.php. Here in f2.php, we have to write a code. So first of all, we will check, we will take one variable $b for retrieving our submit type of button. The name of our button is OK. And for a radio button group field, we will take one variable dollar suppose C is equal to dollar underscore post, sorry, dollar underscore post in square bracket single quote. What is the name of our radio button? That is con. So con complete semicolon. Now we will check. We want output only if button is clicked. So if is set $b, if b button is clicked, then only perform below operations. We will check if, so whenever user will select any radio button, so that value will be taken by this f2.php from the con field because name of our radio button is con. So whichever option will be selected by user, that value will be in the con name and that we will get in C. Now we have to verify in $C what we have received. So how we can check that whether it is for email or phone, so that can be checked or verified by using this value attribute. So for email we have value e, and for phone value we have, for phone we have p value. So we will write code accordingly. If in $c, if we received if we receive, if email option is clicked, it means it is e value is selected. Then we have to give a message like you will get an email, else. Next option, obviously there are only two options, so we can have if else, or you may need to write mini if condition. You will get a call. Okay, click save the file, run the file. If I click on email, click on OK, it is showing you will get an email. If I click on phone and clicking on OK, it is showing you will get a call. So it means it is working properly. So whenever you have radio button, you have to take its value in one variable, and that variable we have to match or compare using equality operator with the value field which is mentioned in the input type is equal to radio tag. So this is how we can write code for the radio. Now suppose same I want with the checkbox. So how checkbox will work? So here I will change checkbox. Here I will write checkbox. Only thing is that in front of name, in case of checkbox, we will have same name obviously, but we have to include the empty array because checkbox allows us to select multiple options. So it will look like a checkbox. Yes. So after selecting option from here, and when we will click on button, then we have to write a code from this con option of the checkbox, how many values have been selected, that we have to display. Obviously there may be multiple options that are selected by the user, so that is taken into the, that is received in the con array. So we can, so we have to display this con array. It may be possible that user will select uh, email as well as phone. So we have to show both the option that are selected by the user. And we know that array is printed with the for each loop. So how we can do that? So in F2 field, we have retrieved the value of button as well as con field, that is checkbox. And if button is set or clicked, we will verify if. Now we will apply the rule if not empty. If checkbox is not empty, it means $C field is not empty. Then what we have to do, then only we have to print all the selections from this $C field. So that can be printed using for each loop. For each, for this $C, as I am taking one variable $I, so we will print message echo $I. And after printing one option, we will give a line break. So string concatenation is done with the dot operator. So if it is not empty, it means if selection is done, then only we will display the option. If it is an empty checkboxes, then we have to give a message like please select any option and close the if block. Save the file, run the code. If email is selected, click on OK. Okay, we have shown the value. So we have to show $C instead of a value. Control S, run. If email, sorry, we have to give the name dollar con, as it will be obviously an array. So we can, without brackets we can have that. Let's print that dollar post con array value ep checkbox dollar c. If it is not empty, for each dollar c as dollar I, we will print dollar I index value. Okay, got it. So here, as we have given a name which was a shortcut for E, you can write here in the value field as a email, because we have to show a full values that we have selected these options. So now see, when we run email, okay, email is selected. When we click phone, phone is selected. And we if we click both, email and phone both is selected. So value it has acted as a caption also over here. So here we have seen about how to retrieve values from radio button and checkboxes. Now we will see about code for the list, drop down list and scrolling list. Now suppose can design a if we can design select color like this, and we will enter the name of colors. Select name is equal to call, and we will give the option of colors. Like, let's enter the name of colors over here for designing a drop down list. Let's see how the list is created. Give the end of select tag, give the br tag, save the file, refresh the file. So drop down list is created. Now whichever, now this is a single selection list, we can select only a single item. So whenever I will select a color and whenever I will click on a OK button, it should show me that what color I have selected. So we have to change our F2 file accordingly. Here button is taken. For select tag we have the name as a call, so we will write here call. It means color name is taken in C variable. If button is clicked, if it is not empty, it means if selection is done. So we can show echo you have selected color, and the color name is $C. If it is empty, please select any option. Let's try this. Refresh the code. If I click on pink, click on OK, you have selected color pink. As it is a single selection list, obviously it will show a single item. Now suppose if we have to create a multiple selection list for the same, it means if I want to allow multiple colors to be selected by the user, so if we have different colors over here, assume that, and last color, okay. So if we want to create a multiple selection list over here, so we have to just change select name is equal to, here give the array because it allows multiple selection, and in the by giving the space you can give option as a multi, you have to give flag as a multiple option can be selected. Let's run the code. By default it shows only 4 elements at the time on the form, so it will allow multiple selection as per the control key on the keyboard plus your mouse click. So after clicking on OK button, I want all the options to be displayed for this color selection. So in the F2 we will just write, if it is not empty, then we will write for each loop because multiple selection is allowed. For each $C as $I, we have to display you have selected a color $I. After giving one color name, we will write br tag. If it is empty, give a message. Let's try this. Run the code. Select pink, control key, mouse blue. Click on OK. You have selected color pink and blue. So this is how we have created the application for reading the values of text box, then checkbox, radio button, and drop down list, and multiple selection list. Now suppose I want to design an application like there is a number field, and in front of that I have a text box. Input type is equal to text, and name of the text box is UN, and I want the caption to be displayed as even or odd. So the form will look like number, and if I give any number and click on even or odd, it should display me whether it is even number or odd. So accordingly we will change our F2 file. The button is read in the b variable, and the value from the value from the name of our text box is, suppose name of our text box is no, that is for number, so it will be easy for identification. So I have to read the value from no text box in the F2, so I am writing no that I have taken into n variable. If button is clicked and if the n text box is not empty, then we have to check if $n mod 2 is equal to 0, then it means the number is even, else number is odd. If it is an empty, if number is not entered in the text box, please give a message it's an empty. So Sorry. Let's run the code. If I am giving 12, even or odd, number is even. Refresh. I am giving 7, a number is odd. Now, this is what kind of form? Here we have one submit type of button. Now, suppose I want to add one more button which is also submit type of button. So what we can do over here, we have to perform the calculations accordingly. Now suppose what type of button we can add over here. Let's try this. Here suppose I am giving plus symbol for performing addition, and I want one more submit type of button only, and the name of this button is add, and the caption displayed over here is value is equal to uh, minus suppose. Okay, so it means we have two submit type of button on the form. Value is equal to addition and here subtraction. Let's see how the form looks like. We'll jump to our local host. This is how our form look like. So we need to take one more text field because the addition subtraction will be performed on two number. So we have to write a code for it. We will repeat this line for number 2, and input type is equal to text same. Here I am giving name as n1 and n2. So our field will be number 1, number 2. Now in the F2 field, we have to make a change. For button, we have to, now both are submit type of button. Okay. Now it is very simple that even though if both are submit type of button, no two buttons will be clicked at the same time. Obviously, there is one mouse pointer, one click, so the name of button should be same only, so that only one button, the latest click will be selected among this submit type of button. So the name of all submit button will be same. Only the value field will be different. Now here, when the we will read the value from the submit type of button because the name of our submit type button is cal. So we will check from the cal group which button is clicked, that will be taken into $B, and we are reading n1 field into $n1. Same, we will read the value 2 into n2 field from n2 field. Now if button is clicked, if we can apply the logical and condition over here. If not empty $n1 and yeah, or we can mention or same not empty $n2. So first click and second click, close, third close, close. If n1 and n2 should not be empty for the calculation, and if none of the box is empty of, or if any of the box is empty, we should generate an error. If both are not empty, then we have to perform the calculation. But that has to be according to the type of button which is clicked. So we have to check in B which type of button is clicked. So if these are not an empty boxes, then we will check if in $B which is click, if it is having caption as a plus, then we have to display a message that addition is equal to, we can write over here by using string concatenation operator $n1 plus $n2. If it is not an addition button, then we have to write in the else block subtraction is equal to $n1 minus $n2. And if it is an empty box, we have to give a message that please enter number. Let's save the file, run the code. If I enter 2, 3, click on plus, addition is 5. Now both are getting executed. We have to write here else. We had written that in a compulsory statement. If it is an empty, then else block should execute. Refresh the code. 2, 3 plus addition is 5. Let's check for minus, subtraction is 1. If any of the box is empty, click on plus. It should give an error. If boxes are empty, please enter a number. So this is how we have validated the operation on the GUI control and how we can retrieve the fields from the HTML form into the PHP file. So this was about designing a graphical user interface control and validating the fields, applying the validation rules and performing the operation by reading the values from HTML file into our PHP file and performing the calculation. Now, see you in the next session. Thank you.